In Puskás Arena, which is where the actually EU leaders and actually European political community leaders will be meeting here in Hungary. This is where Viktor Orban decided to host this meeting. And really front and center for them, though officially not really on the agenda, will be the Trump re-election in the United States. This has obviously seismic ramifications for Europeans and the leaders here, many of whom are obviously not terribly pleased with that outcome. And that is going to be the focus of discussions in terms of coming up with responses to what the Trump administration might portend, particularly in the case of Ukraine. Remember, Trump has said on several occasions that he will end the war in Ukraine within 24 hours of winning the election. We're almost up on that time. The question is, for many of these leaders, if he comes with some sort of deal that requires surrendering territory, what will they say? I put that question to the Estonian Prime Minister, whom I spoke to last night here in Budapest. Have a listen.
If you allow Russia to change borders by force, and they're saying, yeah, we will give half of your country to your back, so it's not acceptable, I would say, to Europe. It probably will be a stigmata for a long time.
So this will be one of the major questions before our European leaders here. Volodymyr Zelensky will be here. How will he be reassured by European leaders? And can Europe, if push comes to shove, support Ukraine alone? There's a lot of question about what to take seriously with Donald Trump and what to take literally. This is the same question around tariffs. So I think for European leaders, it's going to be parsing that seriously versus literally in their response to a new President Trump administration.
Ollie, I like that you're colour-coded with what Republican red behind you, Democratic blue. Maybe you should be more tilted towards the red side at this point, given the electoral outcome for the US. Is it going to be a game of two halves, I guess, between Europe and the US? To what extent is Trump going to drive? Is he going to drive divisions within Europe, or is he going to unite Europe and they come closer together to contend with those potential tariffs and tensions?
And Tom, I think that is the absolute key question here. And I think that by the sort of very venue where this meeting is being held really brings that question into relief. Remember, Viktor Orban and the Hungarian presidency of the EU Council is rotating right now. They hold it right now. The slogan they have adopted for that is "Make Europe Great Again." It is very hard to misinterpret what Viktor Orban means by that. But what all the leaders here will be doing is trying to skew this, saying that basically Donald Trump is an opportunity for Europe to finally put its competitiveness in the center stage here. Mario Draghi will be here. This is the first summit in which they're supposed to discuss their competitiveness policy. I spoke to the Estonian Prime Minister again about this and saying this is really a wake-up call moment for Europe. Have a listen.
Maybe the comparison is not the best one, but usually when a person gets a little bit older and gains a little bit in kilograms, wake-up call comes suddenly, and after that you will work out and get fit and so on. But Europe is the same. You get fitter, and it's not a bad thing for Europe.
So the Estonian Prime Minister, they're likening Europe to someone who has gained a lot of weight, gotten old, and that basically now Donald Trump will inspire them to get back into shape, which is potentially an apt metaphor given where we're standing right here. The real question is, if we carry that metaphor to its absolute limit, the sort of strongest players on Team Europe are Germany and France. When last time Donald Trump was in presidency, you had Emmanuel Macron, bold, supported, very sort of strong mandate in France. He no longer has that. And in Germany, you had Angela Merkel, who again was a very strong European figure. We just had basically the collapse of the German government, so it's a very different story here for Europe today.